Blackstone presents The John Varley Reader, 30 Years of Short Fiction by John Varley. This book is read by Paul Boehmer, Gabrielle de Cuir, Justine Eyre, Susan Hanfield, Arthur Morey, John Allen Nelson, and Stefan Rudnicki. Introduction 2. On January 20th, 2002, at 2:30 in the afternoon, a fire broke out in the big abandoned fruit and vegetable market and warehouse covering the 2 blocks between Southeast 10th and 11th, Belmont and Taylor in Portland, Oregon. By the time the fire department arrived, there was little they could do but try to keep the fire from spreading to adjacent buildings. In less than half an hour, a 4th alarm was called in. At peak, 125 firefighters were involved. Eventually, the fire reached the north end of the warehouse, which abutted the building that used to contain the Monte Carlo restaurant, where Lee and I spent some pleasant years in one of the 2 great old apartments above. It is very strange to look at the gutted remains of a place you used to call home. Only the edges of the tiled roof survived. Some of the huge old attic beams still stood, though the fire had eaten deeply. In back, the roof and the attic floor had fallen and taken the walls and floors of our bedroom and offices with them. A tiny portion of the south wall of Lee's office was visible, one of the walls with the decorative sponge painting job she had been so proud of. Taking the good with the bad, the Monte Carlo was a pretty cool place to live. On a coolness scale of 1 to 10, with Leavenworth Prison being a 1, San Simeon a 10, and Travis McGee's busted flush houseboat a 9, the Monte Carlo was an 8. The apartment looked out on downtown Portland from across the river. On the 4th of July, Cinco de Mayo, and half a dozen festivals each year, we could watch the fireworks from our windows. The restaurant itself was a hangout for half the elderly Italian population of Portland. Lots of guys who looked like Don Corleone showed up most days. They made the best minestrone in town. While we were there, it became the hot night spot for Reed College students, doing some disco revival thing, then went back to its old slumber again as fashion moved on to a new spot. We knew it was a fire trap, only one stairway made of old, dry wood. It was the only place I ever lived that was plumbed for beverages. Flexible plastic tubes led from pressurized bottles in the basement, up our stairs, and through a wall into the bar below. I figured if a fire got started...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?